All right. I think we are about ready to go. Boom, bada bum, bada bum, bada bum, bada bum, bada bum, bada bum. I have had lunch, so that's a plus. I was supposed to finish all my tax stuff today, and I decided I'll do it tomorrow. So instead,
Where'd you come from?
we're gonna play a little bit of Skyrim. Hang on, I've got the wrong spell in that hand. I just realized. There we go. I screwed that up because I didn't realize what spell I had equipped for a minute. We are doing well this afternoon, Sushi. Thank you.
I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in caves already.
Why is that not working? There we go.
Where'd you come from?
Jesus.
Who's there? I knew I
Alright, we survived. Yay. Swamp fungal pod. Alright, that's a quick save. We gotta go deeper in. Oh, Blanca! God damn it, she just jumped on the desk. In a very naughty way. You're not supposed to be doing that kind of stuff. If you've got zoomies, you have to go outside. This is not a playpen. No. Do you have zoomies? Do you need to go outside? Crazy cat. All roads lead to Blackreach. Sushi says, one thing I'm curious about, since most people wouldn't think about it, are taxes more difficult when you're a content creator? No, I pay an accountant. Like, what I'm doing right now is bookkeeping. So I probably have about 15 to 20 hours at the beginning of every year where I have to just do. So I do bookkeeping throughout the year. I pay quarterly taxes. I manually pay my quarterly taxes. But that's literally just me cutting a check. Not even a check anymore. It's all digital deposits. So I just have a Google Calendar. I pay what the accountant tells me to pay on by a certain date. It's like the 15th of every month, and I just have a Google Calendar update for the first of those months, and I just log in, make my payment. It takes all of 5 minutes to make my payment to the IRS, and that's all I do, other than track all my expenses. And then at the end of the year, or I should say at the beginning of the year, every January, I take all of my receipts and I put it all together in a document. And that's the 20 hours of work thing. And I'm at the end of that right now because I have to take all of my, this is not going to make any sense for people who are not from the US, but I have to take all of my 1099s, which are my income statements from the various sources where I have income. There's a merch store, book sales, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Stripe, any sponsorships, any contracts, all that stuff. That all has to, I get paperwork from all that stuff, I have to take all of those documents, put those together. That's my revenue for the year. And then I have to take all of my receipts, which I've collected from the previous year, and put those into the categories. Like, these are legal expenses, these are business expenses, this is new equipment, this is my electric bill, and I could take X amount of my electric bill because of, I don't do the calculations on that, but I put it all into categories, and then I just send everything off to the accountant, and then they do it all for me. So I really only put about 15-20 hours into it. Yeah, it's definitely more difficult than normal person's taxes because most people work for an employer, and that employer does it all for you. So you literally don't have to do anything. Like in most um, in most areas. Did I forget to change the category? I forgot to change the category on Kick. That's an easily solved thing. Anyway, so yes, it's more difficult than most people have to do because I'm self-employed. Um, so yeah, it's definitely more difficult than what most normal people have to do. But it's, I've been running my own corporations and LLCs since I was 20 years old. So it's just, I can't think of, I think there's only 1 year since I was 20 years old. I think there's only been 1 year where I didn't have to do it myself. And that was a few years back, I think 2021. There was a startup I'd been working on who brought me on as a salaried employee for a year, and that year I didn't have to do any taxes because they did it all for me. But yeah, I have an accountant. Everyone should get an accountant. When you're self-employed, you should definitely have an accountant. I guess it just doesn't seem complex to me because it's just I've been doing it so long over the years that I don't really give it a second thought. It's just like every single time I buy something, the question I just ask is that a deduction? Yes or no? If so, put it in the list. I break everything down by month. I have a lot of stuff that's like monthlies. So like Microsoft Word, Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, VPN. I've got like 6 or 8 subscription services that are every single month that just get
Who's there?
tracked.
What, something?
And then you have all the other things that are like one-offs.
Where'd you come from?
Churros!
I'll teach you. Who's there? I knew I heard something. Done and done.
I picked up something I shouldn't have. Oh my goodness, I'm already overburdened again. That stuff doesn't weigh anything. What the hell am I carrying that is weighing so much? Oh, that shield. Hey, you. Come here.
Do you need something? Anything good?
I don't know. Do you want a really cool shield? That was worth 10 pounds. Better than nothing. Tom Fuller says, how do you know when it's time to form a business entity? You don't need an LLC unless, in my opinion, you don't need an LLC unless you're going to be like working with other people. I really don't think there's a need to, because if it's just you, you can operate. This is obviously opinion only. Please consult your tax advisor for professional advice. The advice that I have been given over the years is that if you're just you, you can operate as a sole proprietor, and you don't need to worry about anything. But if you're going to be working with other people, you're going to have employees or contractors that you hire, then you really do need to have some form of corporate entity in place to protect you from idiots, and to ensure that you can never become personally liable for anything. Now, one could also argue that if you're going to be doing sponsorships and things for other companies, it might be a good idea to set up an LLC. The other advice I've been given over the years is, like, if you're not making $100,000 a year with a venture, you don't need to worry about doing any sort of official. But again, consult your tax advisor for more information. But yeah, I think on a personal level, do not jump on my desk, Blanca. I've always just operated under the idea that as long as it's just me, I don't need it. But if I'm hiring another person to do any sort of work, then I will definitely want to form an LLC. I have a dormant LLC. I have 2 LLCs with my brother that we maintain. Yeah, this is not tax advice. Exactly. This is opinion only. I don't need that. I want to take the potion of healing. I don't need that either. I need to go see if the coffee's ready here in a second. Will I be playing the new Fable? I will absolutely be playing the new Fable. How long have I been streaming? Full time for almost 5 years. February will be 5 years. We will be doing something special on the 17th, which is the date of my full-time anniversary. Yeah, I definitely feel like I need some coffee. I know Chris had the kettle going before I sat down, so... Yep, I have indeed played The Witcher. Playlists are on YouTube. Yes, business assets definitely need to be separated out from personal. 100%. Last time. push buttons until it sorts itself out. I cannot remember. Doesn't do anything yet. There we go. There we go.
That's it. That's the last scroll. Come on, let's take it to Dexter. And yes, that's what the tax man is for. And then things get super complicated because I know, like when we were doing the This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather.
yeah, you could go super complex. One of the game studios, because we had we were raising money from investors, so we had a main LLC that was the corporate entity that all the business partners were a part of, and that governed the oversight of a secondary LLC, and the secondary LLC was set up as the LLC that governed the actual game itself, and investors were buying into the game entity for profit sharing and revenue splits and equity in the company. And so there were shares and things of that nature, but then the main company was always separate out, and then you can split off a different LLC for any tertiary. Yeah, you could get as complex as you want. But yeah, there's anytime you're going to be doing business, you should have definitely have stuff in place. Dexion. Nice, Charlie. Enjoy. Am I gonna play any more Star Wars Outlaws? Probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. What's my build? That's my build. Bethesda is not working on Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas before Elder Scrolls 6. So that is a myth. He must be upstairs. What are you jumping? You're not supposed to be up here either. Who says you can? I'm going to have to get you a cat tree. You're being naughty. You're not supposed to be here either. So she is being a little... Here. She's being naughty. She's down here in the cubby. underneath the laptop in that milk crate. She's not supposed to be here. She's supposed to be down or over in the bed. And she keeps jumping on the desks. Go on. She wants to go outside, but the other cats are being naughty and attacking her. And she's been having some stress-related over-grooming because she's been having to stay cooped up in the cat refuge we have built outside because Smeagol's been having some urinary problems and he's been having to stay outside in the area that she's normally at. And so she's been cooped up and is stressed because she's not getting to run around and do the things that she normally does. I think we're going to give her a bath tomorrow. Hang on a second, guys. I'm hearing my wife yelling. I need to go see what's up. Man, I thought Chris had an emergency going on outside, and it turns out it was just a neighbor. She's got twins, and the twins have temper tantrums sometimes, and she was yelling at her kids because they're having a temper tantrum. I thought something was going on, and Chris was yelling for help, and I go running outside. What's going on? So it's not me. Must be the neighbor. I went out, but sure enough, it was the neighbor. She's actually out front, painting a school project with our grandniece right now. But I did get a cup of coffee, so. All right, let's get back to this. What mission am I on? Something related to the Elder Scrolls. Yeah, it's the Dawn Guard. That's the one. Yeah. They're... Can I give you a game recommendation? There's there's 11,000 plus videos on my YouTube channel now. We crossed the 10,000. We crossed the 11,000 mark. Go to my YouTube channel. Pick a game. There's hundreds of game lists, hundreds of playlists of games that I play. But it's the best way to start playing. Load it up and start playing. That's how you play Skyrim. You load it up and you play it. Story mode is the way to go. Yes, coffee for the win. All right. I gotta go upstairs, I think. I got sidetracked here because I had to run outside. Is he not up here either? Where the hell is this dude? Would you stop? Now she's on the desk. She's being extremely naughty right now. She's not supposed to be up here. Hop down. Go to your bed. You're going to try to bite me right now, aren't you? Because you're a naughty little street cat. Go to your bed. Lay down. No. No. Where the heck is this dude at? Oh, there he is. He's around the corner. I found you finally.
I trust your journey was successful.
I have indeed brought you the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, my friend. I can no longer be of use in this matter.
No, I'm not really a big JRPG fan. There's been very few that I've enjoyed.
It's my fault. In my haste to read the first scroll, I neglected the careful
I'm just not a big fan of the
required.
ooh-woo.
I thought I'd be able to allay the after effects, but I was wrong. Now I am paying for it.
I'm not a weeb, sir.
Blind? Yes.
The Khajiit just wanted wares for coins.
No. It will have to run its course. And there's always the chance I may never recover. No, there is another way. The question is, how much are you willing to risk to find Oriel's bow? I can't guarantee you'd be free from harm. Becoming blind could be the least of your worries. Scattered across Tamriel are secluded locations known only as Ancestor Glades. There's one in Skyrim, in the Pine Forest. Performing the ritual of the Ancestor Moth within the glade should provide the answers you seek. It involves carefully removing the bark from a canticle tree, which will in turn attract ancestor moths to you. Once enough of the moths are following, they'll provide you with the second sight needed to decipher the scrolls.
Okay.
In keeping...
Alright, I
Every
remember this
moth
from last
priest
time.
is
I don't need
taught
to
that
listen to this again.
From what I saw in the vision, the Elder Scroll which foreshadows the defiance of the gods with the blood of mortals is the key to the prophecy.
That's how idiots make a cup of tea.
I've helped you all that I can. The rest is up to you.
Yeah, idiots who don't know how to make a cup of tea do it that way. Yeah, people who actually enjoy tea have a tea kettle and they know how to prepare tea. Let's just put it this way. Many Americans who don't know how to make tea will indeed take a cup of cold water, put a tea bag in it, stick it in the microwave for 1.5 to 3 minutes, and that's how they make tea. That is not how you make actual tea. That is nasty is what that is. I have made tea in that way in a pinch, yes, but it's not the way to make tea. It's no different than when if I have cold coffee, I will take a cup of cold coffee and I will stick it in the microwave and I will nuke it for 90 seconds. That's not
I'm okay
great
with dark,
coffee,
but I've spent more than my
but
share
it's
of time
still
with
gonna do the trick in terms of caffeinating me, and it's whatever, you know. Out of the 5-6 cups of coffee I drink a day, most of them are hot as hell coming straight out of the French press. But every once in a while, this is not, by the way, this is fresh. Every once in a while, I'll wake up from a nap and there'll be like half a cup of coffee left over, and I'll just stick it in the microwave and slurp that down, and then go make a fresh pot.
When the top level
Yeah,
was
we've had a
built
kettle
there,
now.
no
My
more
sister-in-law
could be
got us a
placed.
kettle.
It was and is the maximal apex.
6 or 8 years ago, what we've been using. And then we have a French press that we use, and then we also have a mocha pot that we use from time to time.
Give it quickly. This will take time to decryptify.
Whose ancestor
Be
great
on your
soon.
way, and Septimus will find you if he has further need. How long will it be, son? My feet will set upon the rock, but it turns you
How come the creepy
down.
beast didn't show up this time? There was that like mini tentacled beast that showed up the last time when I handed him the lexicon, and that didn't happen this time. Would you stop? Oh my goodness, you are not supposed to be in here. And I have like notebooks here and controllers. You just knocked an external hard drive down. Oh my goodness, girl. Girlfriend, I'm gonna stick you outside. Falkrith, I'm gonna go take a wagon carriage. Oh, now she's back over here getting into another box where my exercise bands are. Sweetie. For the longest time,
What a curious
when I first
city.
started letting her
It's
come in the
so
office,
open.
she is fascinated with these, which are earplugs for the other camera. And if she finds these are like her favorite toy in the whole wide world. And it became a game for her for like 4 or 5 months last year, where she would come in the office and it would become this thing where she would try to find where these were, and she would get on my desk underneath monitors behind the PlayStation. She would knock boxes over, she would knock controllers out of the way, she would root around, pull cables out, and just like look until she could find him. And I finally started putting him into a container with a lid on it, and then she finally stopped. Although she found that container and tried to get into that container like for about 4 days before she finally gave up. And now I can just throw him in this little box, and she doesn't bother me anymore. But she is a puzzle-solving cat.
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my crops. Never is.
Don't like those eyes you got. There's a
You
bad
would
hunger
rather
to them.
instant coffee than reheated mic? Ew, no. I'll drink the reheated microwave coffee over instant coffee. My wife likes instant. Her family grew up drinking Nescafe, like powdered Nescafe instant coffee, and I do not like it. I remember one of the first times I went and visited her family, they were all like, "Hey, you want a cup of coffee?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take a cup of coffee." And then
Where do you want to go?
they brought me Nescafe, and I was like, you know,
Time and back,
of course
and
I'm
we'll
going to
be
be
off.
polite and drink it, but my inside voice was like, "What the fuck?"
You ever met one of them cats? Khajiit, I think they
This
call
is not coffee.
I hear that.
I could give 2 fucks what you think, Rack. It's taking you too long to pass this game already. You know what? Blocked. Banned. That's right. Ban a bitch. Tom Fuller says, "Just finished my Nescafe. You are welcome to it, sir." Stop! Stop! You little monster. Oh, and you knocked my cushion down off my other milk crate. Okay. You're worse than the trolls in my TikTok. Yes, naughty girl. Oh, did you just bite me? What are you biting me for? You monster, you just want to play. Rah, 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 rah. You better be careful.
Who's there?
Hang on, what's going on here? What sort of dog?
I don't know, really. The blacksmith is offering a reward for a dog he saw on the road. I was hoping you'd seen it. Guess I'll stay on the lookout. Keep your nose clean. Vampire, burn it!
You're no
Well, I'm gonna reload because I got sidetracked with the cat and didn't realize we were gonna be in the middle of getting eaten alive by vampires. Yes, my cat is more important. Dispatch says we can't see the full screen. That's because you're watching vertical format, dumbass. It's kind of funny how that works. Do I have any advice how to get out of the gaming slump? Nope. That's a mental challenge that you have to figure out how to overcome on your own.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be
What's
off.
up, Bubblodius?
What a curious city.
Fallout
So open.
season finale,
Couldn't ask
Bubble.
for better weather.
I hope they don't make us wait 2 years for the next season, man. I could wait a year. I don't want to wait 2.
Did you see a dog out there?
What kind of dog?
I don't know, really. The blacksmith is offering a reward for a dog he saw on the road. I was hoping you'd seen it. I guess I'll stay on the lookout. Keep your nose clean while you're here, outsider.
Let's move faster. The sun is... It's not great for my skin.
Oh, the sun's not great for my skin. Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-ba-bum. I have zero expectations for any game that I play because I am just here as an audience member. I don't have the right to have any expectations whatsoever. The only rights I have are to sit down and shut up and play the game that the directors and the writers have provided to me. Anything else would be arrogant.
Victory is yours.
I accidentally attacked the guards. Oh my god, you jumped up here again. What did you just do? Now she found like a pen or something. Okay, I'm about to put you outside. I really am. I've said that 3 times and I'm trying to be nice and keep you in here so that you don't get bored being cooped up. But you are just being a monster. Here, let me give you... Here's a clothespin. Come here. Come play with this. Where'd you go? Come here. Come here. Go get it. No. Over here. Go play with that. Yeah, there you go. Go get it. Throw it around the floor. Oh, there she goes. Here. Let me see if I can. She just threw it up in the air a couple of times. No, there she goes. Alright. Showed her with the other camera. You guys over here don't get to see that yet. You will soon. I passed the 4-day mark on TikTok Live Studio, so I should be getting access to the green screen soon. I don't know. I'm still waiting for him to approve it. Good luck, Jules. Have fun streaming on Twitch tonight. Oh, she's totally playing with that clothespin. That's going to help now. How? That's going to help now. Oh, now she got bored. She's back over here again. Anyway, I was saying earlier, I don't have the right to make any sort of I don't have the right to have any expectations of a game company or a book author
You hear the news? Was that mage just blew up Winterhold?
or a
Guess it
film
was just a matter of
director
time.
or a comic book writer. The only thing I have is, as an audience member, I have the right to sit down, shut up, and enjoy whatever has been produced for me. Now, I might not like the comic book. I might have critiques of the movie. I might have critiques of the video game, but there are no such expectations or critiques prior to it coming out. Because that's not the time to have critiques. The time to have critiques is after we've actually played the game. And unless and until we've actually played the game, you cannot have any sort of critiques. Because it hasn't actually come out yet. So no, I am waiting patiently for Bethesda to create whatever it is that they're going to create with the Elder Scrolls 6, and whenever it comes out, I'm going to play it, and I'm going to have fucking fun when I'm doing it. Fuck off, Don Pauly. Oh, man, we're on a roll today. We've banned like 3 or 4 people. Another vampire playthrough? I haven't done a vampire playthrough yet, Azeroth. This is my first vampire character. I need to wait until... Yeah, it is really annoying when people try to complain about things and not allow them to be their own things. Oh, sorry. Whoa, what the hell?
Who's there? Let's be gone now.
Bet you don't like fire. How am I getting up there? I always forget to grab my damn unicorn, because I probably could have gone just up and over the wall.
Who's there?
No, you have fun with that, Serana. I'm not gonna waste my magic on those fools. Spider, I will.
Done and done.
Don't jump on the desk. Oh, I think she's finally settling into her bed. Maybe.
Who's there? That'll teach you. We reach Ancestor Glade soon.
Oh, I forgot to deposit all of my goodies, so when we get up here and I get the fast travel, I need to back out and go sell. I give you fire and ice, and everything nice. Crackle and burn. Oh, how I yearn for the smell of roast bacon. Fresh in the morn. Tomatoes and cheese, and perhaps a wee bit of corn. This rhyme makes no sense, but we shall not care, cause we're playing our Skyrim in the cold open air. Alright, I'm still lost in how to get up there. Bacon. 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 All right. Bacon is the great summoner of intelligent people. There you go, video game history. I also hadn't played it until recently, so I'm glad you're finally getting a chance to sink your teeth into Skyrim for the first time. We all owe it to Babylonia, because without his inspiration, I would not have started my journey, which would not have inspired your journey. This is the way. Alright, let us boogie forth, because I need to go drop stuff off at the house and sell. Actually, no, I don't own the house there. I have the tower. I forgot about it. No, that's not the right tower. Where's the tower that I own? There it is. Mirror watch. It's a butterfly effect, kids. A butterfly flaps its wings on Babylonia's channel, and people across the world play Skyrim.
You're back.
I am back.
Let's play a game.
Not right now, kid.
Aww.
Hey, I gave you a place to sleep. Don't you awe me. Take it back. Better act right. I don't need that. Somebody's dinging the door. Somebody's here. I don't know who it is. Okay, I am so overburdened. What with? Is it the ingredients and all the food? It was all these ingredients. Oh my god, I have so many of these things. I had like, probably have like 200 pounds of stuff. That's right. Blame Bubbles, that son of a rad roach. Wish I could stay up and watch your streams, Bubbles. Makes me sad. I catch them every once in a while. I catch the if I'm up late, I'll catch the very beginning, and I can never stay up for more than 10 minutes because I'm always like on the way out. Every once in a while when I wake up in insomnia, I can catch the tail end of one. Bubble Pop! Okay, I just got rid of 200 pounds of shit between the ingredients and the food. I should probably go sell off potions and stuff now.
Where'd you come from?
We got a churro. Come here, churro.
Done and done.
I will never not refer to them as churros.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for.
I probably need
Everything's for sale, my friend. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Probably need to drink some blood at some point. I forgot. I read up on that, and it was like you might need to. Conjurer's potion. I'm gonna save that elixir of lasting potency until I get a chance to visit the whorehouse. That's great. I take advantage of you not being able to watch me saying things. If we enjoyed this, my name is Bubbles, and if you hated it, my name is Renfail. That's right. I think I have enough potions, guys. How long can I survive in the daylight? I haven't put that to the test.
Come back.
Cassid Doom says, personally, I could survive about 20 minutes.
Ah! Whoa, 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 what did you do?
How many times can I drink from somebody? How many times do I need to drink from somebody? I think that was it. I am the terror in the night. They called me Darkwing Duck. Alright, I have now gotten rid of all the excess stuff, which means I can probably go back to that place. We're going to go questing, since I've gotten my weight down. How many hours do I have in Skyrim? I think we're probably up around 90 hours now with this playthrough. Considering we are only in vertical format on TikTok, yeah, if you want to watch horizontal, you can watch on Twitch, YouTube, or Kick. We don't do vertical and horizontal yet on TikTok because we don't have access to it yet. It takes TikTok Live Studio a few days to approve everything. We just started using the TikTok Live Studio a few days ago. We're waiting for the approval to do both formats. Also, I don't get to use my cool green screen. So if you want the professional look, yes, you go to YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. I don't know, man. My cats hate bubbles.
Damn, those
Every time there's bubbles floating around the room, they get really angry. So I don't know, man. But I keyed. I'm gonna go grab some more coffee, kids. Stay tuned. I totally forgot that she was just gonna sit here and do the bark the whole time I was out. Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. Nothing like Bethesda jank. Oh my goodness. The Greybeards are watching.
Not very impressive, is it? If this ends up being a wasted trip, your friend Dexian and I are gonna have some words when we get back.
Words? I don't know. Words are hard for some people. Better that you just save those. Met a lot of people in recent weeks for whom words are very difficult. Alright. Alright, I am obviously missing. We gotta go up and over that somehow. There we go. Words are hard. Words make brain hurt. Me no like words. Me no like read books. Alright. That's probably enough mountain flowers. I don't know, I don't have any yellow ones yet. Fresh water from Alaska Glacier. No, the lore is completely different in Elder Scrolls Online compared to this game. That's like a prequel, if I remember correctly. It's set hundreds of years before, so there's no crossover at all. There'll be like Easter eggs, like you'll meet Sheogorath, and if you've already met Sheogorath playing Oblivion, then you'll be like, oh, this is that guy we met over here. But, that's about it. Okay, swarm number 1. Swarm number 2. Let's find swarm number 3. I think I did this in the daylight with my other character and it was a little bit easier, but since I'm a vamp, I gotta do things the hard way. Foul. There's another one. Light. Read the Elder Scroll of Blood. Don't look at the light, kids. It's like when someone's welding. Don't look at it. No, I do not have any desire nor plans to play a survival playthrough of the game. This playthrough will slowly diminish over the coming months until I finally just decide that I'm done with it. Because we have lots of other games we're playing right now. Mostly this is only going to be played on Sundays as we get busy with new games, but I am not. We're only playing Dune Awakening right now. But then on Friday of next week, we've got another new game starting, and we'll be too busy with new releases to play Skyrim during the week. So we will only be doing Skyrim on Sundays after our Destiny 2 sessions. I don't know how to open that at the moment. I'm a little confused because it says talk to Serana and it wants me to go up that direction, but I can't open the gate? The plan is to start doing some of the DLC that I have not yet done, correct. I wanted to wrap up this storyline just to wrap it up. I've already seen this storyline. But since I wanted to become a vampire with this character, I didn't want to leave it just undone, so we're going ahead and completing it. And then after this, we will go work on things I haven't seen yet. Alright, I think we might be bugged out or I'm missing something because we're supposed to talk to her. And she's not available to be talked to. And I can't get past that door. And I could swear when I did this with the other character that they just immediately came down here and swarmed me and attacked me. I'm gonna go Google this in a minute and see if this is a known bug. Maybe I just need to restart. Is it unmodded? I mean, not really. I've got all the Anniversary Edition stuff attached. And like the wearable lantern mod. But am I playing an unconverted version of the game? Yes, we're not doing a conversion mod. Yeah, see, I don't think that door is supposed to be shut. See, I could even hear him, like, yelling back there. No clue how to open that door. I have no idea how many hours I am into this playthrough. Probably 90-ish. Robert Kitchenman says, saw your video about your favorite job when you traveled. Wondering what made you decide to go to game streaming as such a change. I was doing game development. And so my wife and I retired the travel stuff so that I could go full time with the game studio that I was managing at the time, because we were building an MMO. So I had to go full time to manage all the investors and manage the teams and everything else. And then once that all finished up, I just kind of transitioned over into doing gaming and streaming, which was always a secondary passion of mine. What is the name of this quest? Unseen Visions. Oh, there's definitely a Reddit thread. So it's from Serana bugging out and not following me down into the tunnel. And so she's stuck back in that tunnel. It says you can wait for her to kill all the Dawn Guard, or you can try to jump over, or you can reload. Huh. Somebody says you could try to jump up and over, and I'm like, yeah, I don't see that being a thing.
Just give up!
Alright, she's fighting them right now. I can hear combat music now, so maybe I just let her do her thing. Hey guys, what's up? That still didn't open the door though. She's coming here though. She is running down here, so that may have worked. Come here. Come here so I can talk to you.
Are you okay? Almost thought I lost you there. You went as white as the snow.
Don't worry, it worked.
After everything we've been through, it'd damn well better work. What about Ariel's bow? Do you know where we can find it?
A place called Darkfall Cave.
Then it's almost over. We can finally put an end to this ridiculous prophecy.
And kill the Vampire
Where is
Lord.
this Darkfall Cave? Then let's get going. I want to get there before my father has a chance to track us down.
Long before Jester existed. The light, it burns. Man, I got nothing close to there, so let's go to Lost Echo Cave. It's getting hot in here. Let's burn off all your clothes.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
Alright. Can I just go straight up cross country? I mean, kind of, it looks like it. It is getting so hot, I'm gonna burn your clothes off.
Picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Khajiit has fur? Make a crackle sound when burn. Go away, wolves. I was made for burning you, baby. You were made to burn for me. I could go all day. What are the classics do we want to throw at the fire? On that note, I should quick save. Juniper bushes. I will fast travel when I can, but you can't always fast travel. Sometimes you have to go places because you don't have the fast travel unlocked.
I knew I heard something.
Robbed me of the loot, girl. Oh, that coffee is not doing enough, man. Thanks, Gingy. However you consume the content is fine by me. It all ends up at the same place by the end of the day. Which is deeper down the Renfail rabbit hole. Oh wait, he does movie reviews? Oh wait, he does TV shows? Oh wait, he plays lots of different games. Oh wait, he has a really cool community, and there's other streamers in his community like Gray and Bubbles and Jules, who just started streaming or is going to just start streaming on Twitch. También habla español. Dios mío. ¿Qué tipo de streamer está aquí? Oh, and there's a homestead channel, and there's a merch store, and a bookstore, and a Patreon, and a Discord, and welcome to the show. Bubbly says my coffee sucks today too. I want my money back. I can't seem to knock the edge off this afternoon, man. I don't know what it is about today. I tried laying down for like a 30-minute nap, and it didn't work. I just can't seem to knock the edge off today. Not quite sure what it is.
Who's there? That'll teach you.
What the hell was that? That was a spider. Clickety clack. Oh my goodness. That's the way we came in. What the frickety frack? That looks like a door to come out of, so that's probably the way out.
Look at this.
Oh, you can get gems from mining too? I don't know that I've ever found a gem while mining. It's always just been straight up ore. Dude, is she mining? I didn't know that your companion would do that. Is she actually mining the node, or is it just like graphical? Like, is she actually gonna harvest that node, or is she just over there because it's an interactable thing? I mean, either way, that's cool, but like, it'd be really cool if she could actually mine it and it disappears. Why would I want to skip the animation? The animation's the best part about this. Like, gives me a chance to catch up on chat. Gives me a chance to tab out, look at things. People worked on this. Sound designers worked on this. Animators worked on this. VFX teams worked on this. Why wouldn't I want to? Just an idle. Yeah, so this one's actually mined, and she's over there sort of... Well, I saw her using a... She used a leather working station the other day, and I was like, that's cool. Have I ever cosplayed? Not only have I cosplayed, I've DM'd a bunch of actual play D&D series in which I have cosplayed the entire sessions. Why don't you play the way I play and just log out and say I win? I know, right, JK? How dare you play the way you want to play? I want you to play the way I play. Alright, we're gonna take a lunch here. By the way, this little trip is so cool because you get to see like all the spiders and everything. And then you get dumped down here and you go, oh shit, they followed me down. By the way, Joe Rogan's cold plunge has got nothing on that. What you got, Wim Hof? I bet you
Who's
never
there?
jumped down a tunnel in the middle of Skyrim before and froze your ass off getting chased by spiders, Mr. Wim Hof. His name is Wim Hof, right? I think that's who I'm thinking of. Hey, she can hit whatever she wants for moral support. I will gladly support her right to be whoever she wants to be. I got something else she can tap on for moral support. Oh! Whoa! Did you see that?
Where'd you come
Big old spider shadow coming out of the... That was pretty cool. I just turned around and looked to my right. There's this giant, like, thing shambling out of this shadow. Ooh, I totally did not find this chest the first time I played. Oh, is there not a chest for me to loot? There it is. Wim Hof, fellow Dutchie. Nice, Cousin Doom. We've got a old friend of ours who got really deep into the Wim Hof world. Went to some of his retreats. Swears by the cold plunge method. He was a travel blogger. He was in game dev before he went into travel blogging.
These people were...
And then he went into travel blogging, and then he sort of just... At the time, I remember he was... she was his girlfriend for years. They were together. And then they broke up and went their separate ways.
Why would
And
anyone
he
want to
started
set up
going
camp
and doing
here?
like the cold plunge stuff, and
I wonder what happened to them.
then got into other online ventures. A lot of co-working things. I joke, JK, because we don't have a water heater. We don't need it like 10 months out of the year because it's usually so hot that having a lukewarm shower is quite refreshing. But during like December, January, and into February, like, oh yeah, that water is cold. You know, it's gets down to 15 degrees Celsius at night, and that water can be quite brisk the next day. And I joke that I have my budget cold plunge. I have an organic cold plunge, kids. Comes straight out of my faucet. I do heat the water up though, when it's really chilly. And then I take good old-fashioned bucket baths, bucket showers. I got a bucket heater, just like my days in the construction industry. Heat that water up. I think we're in the right
You hear
place.
something?
What's up, Freddy? Not only do I hear something, I see something. Thanks for the raid, Keanu. Excuse me. Girl, you almost got torched with fire spilled in the face. Come running out of the shadows and scare me like that.
What's that? I can feel some kind of power from it.
Come forward. You have nothing to fear here. I am Knight Paladin Gelabor.
What's up,
Welcome to the
NPK?
great chantry of Auriel.
If you know what, William Brimmer? No, you don't get to do that. You don't get to come into my chat and be like, "Hey man, I don't mean to get political, but how do you feel about this whole situation?" No, that is an immediate ban. An immediate ban. That's not how that works. When you know that I don't permit politics and religion in my chat, and then you ask me what I think about things that are happening, I don't mean to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. No, you're immediately blocked. Immediately. No ifs, ands, or buts. And yes, this armor is really cool. I gave that armor to Serana my last playthrough, and she's gonna get it again.
Auriel, I prefer those twisted creatures.
I'm skipping through this because
Of
we just
course,
did this
you're
recently.
here. I can help you get it, but first, I must have your assistance. Absolutely.
Exactly,
You
Stedman.
can turn
I
around
don't
and
mean
travel
to get
back from wherever you
political.
started
That means
empty-handed.
you're about to
Or
get
I
political.
need you to kill Arch.
I don't mean to be offensive,
my
but
brother.
I don't mean to offend you, but
The kinship.
I'm
between us
not
is gone.
racist, but
I don't understand. It was the betrayed. They did. They swept
I'm not
into the
against
chantry without warning and
lesbian.
began killing
I'm not
everyone
against
without
LGBTQ+,
pause.
but
The chantry. They slaughtered everyone.
nah,
and
man,
stormed
that's
the
an
inner
immediate
sanctum.
ban.
But something's wrong. Leaving the way shrines unguarded would be violating my sacred duty as a Knight Paladin of Auriel. And an assault on the betrayed guarding the inner
Nope,
sanctum
you also
would
tried to
only
do
end
it,
with my
so banned you as well. It's 2 people in a row trying to talk politics. Oh, we got a third. There, look at this. 3 people in a row. 3 people in a row. All 3 of them trying to mention political regimes and things of that nature. That's right. Banzide says the only thing we should be discussing is Imperial or Stormcloak. You're goddamn right. What are we playing? Skyrim. What does that mean? We're focused on Skyrim.
Yes, let me show you.
Yeah, exactly, Stedman. Once one of them starts, they all come out of the woodwork. I watched, so I spend a lot of time on all social media platforms because it's my job. Yeah, exactly, JK. No room for real life
So
politics.
this is snow
I don't
out
mean to break the rules, but here's me
Incredible.
breaking the rules. I know, right?
This structure is known as a way shrine. They were used for
So-
meditation and for transport when the chantry was a place of
What
enlightenment.
they just
Relics
tried to
of
do
these
was
shrines
hijack
were
my
charged
stream,
with teaching
right?
the mantras of Auriel
And yes,
to
I
all
agree,
initiates.
Jedi is the best religion.
What's that basin in the center signify?
Once the initiate completed his
So,
mantras, he'd dip a ceremonial ewer in the
I
basin
saw
of the
something go
way shrine
down
center
on
and proceed to the
TikTok
next
the other
way
day
shrine.
where there is
So these initiates had to lug around a
there's a
heavy
guy
cart
who
to
has
do
a
that.
business.
Marvelous.
He's got about 70
How long would they
employees,
have to do that?
and he
Once
runs.
the initiate's enlightenment was complete, he'd
He has
bring
about
the
70
ewer to the
employees, and they
chantry's inner
do
sanctum.
like
Pouring the
natural
contents of the
chewing
ewer
gum
into the sacred basin of the
from
sanctum would allow him to enter for an audience with the arch.
like from like they do
How
natural
that just
chewing
ended
gum
up
from like
dumping it out?
trees and
Makes no
plants
sense
and
to me.
stuff.
It's
and,
symbolic. I don't expect you to understand.
So
They
let's
do
get
a
this
live
straight.
stream twice a week
We need to do
to
all
promote
that
their
nonsense
products and
to get
talk
into
about the
temple.
process that they use to make their products. And they have a lot of
I know how it all sounds.
immigrants
but if there was
working for
another
them.
way, I'd have done
And
it
the founder of the
long
company is himself someone
The only
who
way to get to my
migrated
brother
to the
is
United
by following
States.
in the initiate's
And
footsteps
during one of their
and
live
traveling
streams,
from
they
way
have
shrine
this
to way shrine, just as they did.
woman
The first lay
who
at the
showed
end
up
of Darkfall Passage, a
and
cavern that represents the
demanded
absence
that
of
the
enlightenment.
live stream, the guy running the live stream demanded, she wanted to know who he voted for. And the guy's like, and he repeated over and over, he's like, ma'am, we're not here to be political. We're here to talk about our natural products. This is what we're talking about today. Here's the gum. Here's the chewing gums that we have available. All this other stuff. And he rebuffed her like 5 or 6 times during this live stream. And she kept pressing him about, well, who did you vote for? And why did you vote for them? And why would you vote for, why would you do this, that, and the other? Why do you support this? And he's like, ma'am, we're not here to talk politics. We're here to, promote and talk about our natural chewing gums and everything else. And it eventually got to the point where he just blocked her from the live stream. This bitch had a following on TikTok, and she went and then made a video about how she got blocked by this live stream because they're anti blah 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 blah, and she made this whole political video, and then that kind of went a little bit viral. Well, then the owner of the company came back and made another video talking about this psychopath who, like, and it's just literally what they just tried to do to my stream is what that bitch tried to do to that guy's live stream. They just kept pushing and you can't reason with those people. The only thing you can do is just immediately don't engage with them, just ban them. Ban them immediately, because they won't shut up, because all they care about is politics. And that's not what we're here for. This is no religion, no politics. We're just here to play games. And if you can't respect that space, you're not wanted here. It's that simple.
The only way to get to my brother
harassment laws are tricky, JK, because it's an online space, so you would have to literally file a restraining order, and
a cavern that represents the absence of
there's a whole process you would have to go through to make that stick.
There are 5.
And a lot of people don't use their real life identity when they're making content on the internet, so it's, trying to track these people down.
Caves? Oh no. The Chantry encompasses far more than a few caves.
This is a Wendigos.
As you'll soon discover.
Do I ever feel overwhelmed playing multiple open world games at a time?
You'll need
Nope.
the Initiate's Ewer. Once you've located a way shrine, there'll be a spectral prelate tending to it. They will allow you to draw the waters from the shrine's basin, as if you've been enlightened.
Thanks, Camo. Appreciate it.
This may be the last time we're able to converse. If you have any questions
exactly,
before you
Kazadum.
leave,
If it was
I suggest you ask them.
like, if you've ever
Otherwise, all
I don't know
I
how
can do
many
now is
of you
grant
have
my
ever gone
hopes
and
for a
like
safe
done a
journey.
lot of I think comedy clubs are the one big one where
I expected as much.
If you ever go to a comedian's show, there is a point where a comedian might engage a heckler for a laugh, but there are always security at those events, and if the heckler gets out of hand, or if there's a drug person who's getting out of hand, or if the performer says, "Hey, security, can you take care?" They will literally escort people out of shows for sure for being disruptive to the environment, because other people are there to listen to the comedian. Could also happen for any sort of musician show, a theater, you get somebody, especially in the theater setting, you've got a lot of shows will make you put your phone in a bag, but there have been plenty of shows I've seen where, before they started forcing everybody to put a phone in the bag, where somebody will pull out their phone and they'll start texting or having a conversation in the middle of a live performance, and like the actor, one of the main actors of the show will literally stop the performance and remove that person from the audience because they are disrupting everyone else. Why do I LARP so much? Just play the game. Hey, Europa forever. How about fuck you and blocked? Because someone asked a question and we're talking. It's not rocket science. Nah. Brain hurt. Words hard. I don't like words. Words make me hard.
That wasn't as...
Hey, that's what mine does when it's really cold outside. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, keep the politics out, guys. Please, thank you. Please and thank you.
There. I knew I heard something.
Oh, I hate these things.
Done and done. Who's there? Done and done.
Oh. Come on now. Oh, I can't. There it goes. I couldn't quite get centered on it. Yeah, he's one of the few comedians. I follow him on TikTok because I love the way he deals with hecklers.
That'll teach you.
Oh shit, that hurt. Oh, I
Heard
did.
something. Done and done.
Oh, you need to keep that companion for a while, dear. Yeah, he threw him out and then said buy him a beer. I think that's totally fair. This music right here is when you can tell that this is the same guy who did the Icewind Dale music. Because those undertones. God, man, the music in Icewind Dale for me is so good. Like, I will happily play that game. Man, give me a. As good as Baldur's Gate 3 is, I would much prefer an Icewind Dale 3 because that I always loved those games more than I liked the Baldur's Gate games. Ooh, that is a cool ass looking helm.
Who's there? Knew I heard something. That'll teach you.
Do 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 do. Feliz puta madre. Feliz puta madre. Alright, let's continue to go a little deeper in. Oh, the funniest thing to me was watching all the fanboys melt down because they swore there was going to be a shadow drop yesterday. And then when there wasn't a shadow drop, everyone's just running around screaming about how Bethesda sucks. Bethesda lied. And literally, this morning I opened up my Twitter feed and it's just a bunch of the same people who always complain about Bethesda are out there complaining that Bethesda didn't shadow drop Fallout 3 in New Vegas last night. And all that stupid countdown was for something stupid. It was supposed to be, though, they can't do anything right. Such a lame company.
Done and done.
Yeah, it was literally the Fallout on Prime Twitter account, right? Not the Fallout Bethesda channel, the Fallout on Prime channel. Like, I know, right, Babylonia? What does Bethesda even have to do with a Prime account?
Who's there?
Although if they did shadow drop it, I was going to be happy to switch over and mess my February schedule up. But I did not anticipate that it was actually going to be a real thing. But I mean, so many of those grifters out there, that's all they talk about is how the rumors. If Bethesda doesn't give us the remasters, they don't deserve to exist as a company anymore. Dude, I better save.
Something's not right here. Who's there? I knew I could.
What's that? A trapped chest? Good thing I didn't get caught in the trap. Oh wait, that's my friend. Serrata, I'm so sorry. I tried to burn you with fire. Oop, no, those are potions. Let's grab these.
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
I gotta keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to level up. Magicka, yes. Man. I still can't go any higher up. I need 60, man. I gotta get 70 before I can do the next thing there. Sure, why not? Bubblenia says they're always telling on themselves too, like, I have 50,000 hours in the name this franchise, but I hate everything about this company and game. Right? Yeah, the uber anti-fans are the worst. Stubman says, been rumored and leaked, but Bethesda has yet to confirm it, like they did with Oblivion when it actually comes. Basically announcing a game and dropping the game that day or the next. Yep. Yep. Yeah, unless Bethesda is the company that announces it, it ain't happening. Sorry, I had to just go get rid of somebody for yelling at me for supporting Game Pass. Had to be a bitch. There's always somebody. How dare you support Microsoft and their greedy practices? How dare you support Game Pass and promote it as a tool? How dare you, you capitalist pig? gotta come in here. This place is such a maze, man. Alright, this is definitely the right way. Oh, you've got some hit points. Thankfully, I have a nearly infinite magic pool now. Game Pass is incredibly valuable if you play a lot of games. If you don't play a lot of games, obviously it's not. My brother, as an example, reduced his sub because it's not worth it for him anymore. Because he only plays like 2 to 3 games a year. Now there are things that are valuable for the kids, but they also have Nintendo Switches, and they play way more stuff on the Switch these days, so it just made more sense for them to put their sub onto the Switch than the Xbox, because that's where the kids are playing most of their games. But yeah. If you play a lot of games like I do, it's totally like I probably save about $1,000 a year because of Game Pass. It might not be quite that much, but it's so. As an example, it's like I think it's like $32 a month with tax right now, $33 a month. So I'm paying around $400 a year, right? Is that more expensive than it used to be? Yep. Gas is more expensive than it was 10 years ago as well. Rent is more expensive. Blah 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 blah. But like, if I play 10 day one releases on Game Pass that are, say, 70, let's say an average of $70, because some of them are going to be $60 games, some of them are going to be $80 games. Outer Worlds 2, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Starfield, South of Midnight, blah 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 blah. If I play, even if I just play 8 games a year, it pays for itself. But let's say I play 10 games a year that are day one releases on Game Pass that are like $70, which I do. I play at least 10 to 12 day one releases every year from Game Pass. That's $800 that I would have to spend out of pocket. Excuse me, $700 if I spent $70 a pop. On average, that's $700 that I would spend out of pocket. So spending $400 a year on an Xbox Ultimate subscription, where I get PC and Xbox games. Yes, I do have a running PlayStation Plus subscription as well, which is like $18 a month. So I get half. I spend half as much money as I would buying those games out of pocket because I have a running Xbox Game Pass subscription. So I definitely get my money's worth. And then if you count all of the other games I also play that are Game Pass games, I'm on the Xbox right now. So like, what are we going to be playing this month? That's a Game Pass game. Towerborn is a Game Pass game. The upcoming Fable is going to be a Game Pass game. These 2 games we're playing this month are day one releases. High on Life 2 and Towerborn. Both those games I'm playing this month. I just did a huge 85-hour Fallout 76 playthrough. That's a Game Pass game. Right? And I can go to Game Pass and I can look at all of these upcoming games. Forza Horizon 6, I'm going to be playing that. That's a Game Pass game. Holy shit, is the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition Game Pass? Hang on, I'm getting sidetracked here really quick. No, it's not. That's an actual upgrade. Okay, anyway, let's not get sidetracked. I already own Space Marine 2, so that one doesn't, do me any good. Anyway, I probably play 25 to 30 Game Pass games every year. So if I was buying all those games out of pocket, I would spend $1,000, right? Whatever the cost is. If they're $50 a pop at 30 games, I'm spending, a shitload of money. So to spend $400 a year and get 30 games that I'll play that year, it's very good for me because I play a lot of games. Now, if you don't play a lot of games, no, it's expensive. It's not worth it. If you only play 2 or 3 major releases every year, then it's not worth $400. Fuck no. Buy those games out of pocket for 70, 80 bucks a pop. You know, it's not rocket science, but you can't claim that it's a bad deal just because it got more expensive, and you certainly can't claim that anybody who uses Game Pass is some sort of a capitalist pig or a traitor. That how dare you support Game Pass? How dare you support Microsoft? And it's like, bitch, I'm here to, you know, play games and have fun, and like, I'm saving money through Game Pass, you know. Like, I realize it might be more expensive for you because you only play a few games a year, and that's fine. But don't pretend like your situation is everyone's situation. I'm certainly not pretending that my situation is everyone's. My brother was pretty grumpy when he had to downgrade his Xbox. He was like, ah, but then he was like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't really play that many games anyway. And I'm like, exactly. You don't play that many games. So it's not, you're not really losing out as a user. Oh, there's something behind me. Oh, and suddenly... over here to the left, looks like. No, there's nothing there. What am I looking at? Okay, we came from there. That is genuinely confusing to me. This map isn't showing me shit. I've got to be missing something up here. Aha! There's a tunnel. I think this is leading somewhere different. Definitely somewhere different. Right, how dare I spend money on my own things the way I want. Do you think this character's a stealth archer? Then you're blind. Yep, you are legitimately blind if you think this is a stealth archer character. I just remembered that I think I have an upgraded heal that I could probably switch to. Oh, I'm actually using it. Never mind. I thought I had greater healing. Maybe I haven't found that yet. The same people who hate Game Pass probably have Netflix. Yeah. Some reason, if I don't buy the game, it feels like I'm playing a game I don't own. Does that bother you?
Kind of thing I've been wanting to see. Makes everything
No, because
else
I
worth
can't
it.
take it with me when I die. I can't. Can't take it with me when I go. The vast majority of games that I will play, I'm going to play twice. Maybe that's it. So, this is actually a great segue into a conversation on... So, you know, a lot of people will say things like, I want to own my physical media, and I've already made that video about the physical media. So I would like to go back to when I was younger and I played all those point-and-click adventure games. So let's start with the Nintendo Entertainment System. I played Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers out the wazoo with my brother and my sister, right? Back when I was like 7, 8 years old. Played the shit out of those games. Played so many games on the Nintendo Entertainment System, right? That was 40 years ago. Do I still play Nintendo games? Do I still play Super Mario Brothers? Do I still play on a Nintendo Entertainment System? Do I still play Duck Hunt? Do I still have the old Nintendo Pew Pew from 40 years ago? Nope. I don't play any of those games anymore because it's 40 years later. Now let's look at point-and-click adventure games. Or how about Zork? Let's start with Zork. Did I play Zork? Yep. Did I play King's Quest 4, King's Quest 5, King's Quest 6? Did I play Quest for Glory 1, Quest for Glory 2, Quest for Glory 3? Did I play Full Throttle? Did I play Freddy Farkas Frontier Pharmacist? Did I play The Dig? Did I play Day of the Tentacle? Did I play Sam & Max Hit the Road? Did I play all of those games when they came out? Yep. Have I played those games since then? Nope. Did I play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 when they came out many times in succession? Icewind Dale, Icewind 2 many times in succession when they came out? Yep. Did I continue to play Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2 over the years? Nope. Did I go back and play the enhanced editions when they dropped the enhanced editions? Yes, briefly. I definitely did playthroughs of those, but I haven't focused on those things. So I can look at every generation of the consoles, from the first Xbox, all the Nintendo systems, all the PlayStation systems, all the way up to where we are today, and the vast majority of games, I'm only going to play them for 1 or 2 times during the era that they are released. It is very rare for me to go back to a game from a previous generation. I mean, really, 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 really rare. It's really rare to do that. So the idea that, am I bothered by not physically owning the media? No. Because it doesn't matter if I still own Duck Hunt or Super Mario Brothers or a Nintendo Entertainment System or the original Pew Pew from Nintendo, because I'm not going to be playing 40-year-old games for the rest of my fucking life. That game was at a very specific time at a very specific place. I played it, I had fun with it, I moved on and played the next game, and I played the next console, and I got the next generation. Like, things move on. So for me, the idea of collecting these things because they're physical, which we've already talked about in a different video, doesn't hold any meaning to me. And so for me, the idea that you're only renting the games that you play when you buy them digital, or you're only renting them when you play them on Game Pass, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I can't take it with me when I'm dead, and 5 years from now, I'm not going to remember those games other than from a nostalgia perspective. I'm not going to be looking back to play those games again. My passion as a variety streamer is to play the new games, not the old games. Do I enjoy remasters when they happen? Absolutely, I will play remasters when they happen if they fit in the schedule. But I like to look at the new things. Like, I love the original Star Wars trilogy, without a shadow of a doubt. Do I want to watch only The Empire Strikes Back for the rest of my fucking life? No. I want to watch all the new Star Wars content and explore the High Republic and the new, Jedi number 3 game that's coming out, and Fate of the New Republic or Fate of the Old Republic, and I want to play Star Wars Zero Dawn when that comes out, and I want to watch the new Gollum movies that Andy Serkis is directing and making, and I want to watch more Rings of Power, and I want to see more Star Trek, and I want more Fallout shows, and I want to watch the Mass Effect show that's coming out. I don't want to be stuck in the past, only ever, you know, well, Led Zeppelin is the best band that ever existed because that's the band that I listened to when I was 16 and I got my first blowjob, and so it's always going to be in my mind as like this super awesome band that no other band is going to be better than that band. Like, no, man. Like, mini rant. So no, I don't subscribe to the belief that I'm only renting the games. It's pointless. For me, that's exactly, you know, I don't mind. It's like, these are things that are temporary moments in time. So for me, it's like, I don't worry about it. It's not even a thing that factors into my brain in terms of the value of it. Because the value I'm getting out of it is the value of the entertainment, not the value of the thing. Did I get enjoyment out of it for the 30, 40, 50, 60 hours that I played? Yes. If so, then it was worth it, regardless if I rented it or I purchased it. But once I've done it, I'm off to the next thing. I'm not going to sit there and only focus on that one thing for the next 40 years, if that makes sense. Yeah. But you only rent. That's going to be a great video to clip out on YouTube. This game is the favorite RPG of many dads. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Now I gotta get caught up on chat. Just JK, does anybody want to buy some VHS videos? I need to go feed my cats too, but let me get caught up on chat first. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's right. You haven't played Duck Hunt for 40 years straight? What the hell's wrong with you? Do I feel the same way about movies? Yep. Yep, exactly, Tom Fuller. Even if you own physical media, like a PlayStation, they can brick the console, they can brick the game, you can make it, like, good luck using your PS1, like, discs with, like, a PS5, especially if you have a discless PS5, like I do. I don't have discs on my machines, like... That's right. If you pay money and got value for your money, that's it. Do I think GTA 6 is going to change the gaming landscape? Why? It's just another video game. Correct. Like 360 emulation with Game Pass, you can go back and play all those games for the most part in the cloud. Alright, I am going to take a few minute break here, everybody, because I need to go feed the cats. So I'll be back in a few. Analysts can predict whatever they want. It doesn't change the fact that it's just going to be a video game. Like, Grand Theft Auto 5 did not change the industry. Red Dead Redemption 2 did not change the industry. They were just really big games that sold lots of copies. They did not change the industry. All of you people out there who think that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to change the industry, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't. It's not. That's not going to happen. It's just another game. Is it going to sell a boatload of copies? Abso-freaking-lutely. Am I going to play it? You're damn right I'm going to play it. Absolutely I'm going to play it. But it's not going to fundamentally change the industry. None of the previous entries fundamentally changed the industry. Even Baldur's Gate 3, the most awarded game of all time, did not change the industry. Did it show people that CRPGs and turn-based games have a place in the modern era? Yes, but it did not fundamentally change the industry. Did Expedition 33 fundamentally change the industry despite winning every single award this last year? Nope, it did not. Did The Witcher 3 fundamentally change the industry when it came along and won every single award known to man? No, it did not. It was just a really good RPG that established CD Projekt Red as a company. Like, is Grand Theft Auto 6 going to sell a bazillion copies? Absolutely. Is it going to change the industry? No. That is a reactionary take that is not realistic and grounded in nothing more than fanboy hype, which is not realism. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Dude, costs... Alright, get out of here. Get out of here with that nonsense. Seriously, you're just being hyperbolic for the purpose of being hyperbolic. But it could be a litmus test for higher priced games. Rent 20 years ago was cheaper than it is today. Gas was cheaper 20 years ago than it was today. Housing was 20 years ago was cheaper than it is today. Like, costs rise. Companies charge what they're going to charge. Games get more expensive. And the reality is, if you want to be realistic about it, we always talk about Street Fighter 2 was $70 in 1992. That's $150 in today's gaming dollars. Gaming is cheap by today's modern standards. And until we break that $150 to $200 price point for a base copy of a game, not the Ultimate Edition, but the base copy, until we break $150 to $200 for the base version of a game, we have yet to have games be more expensive than they were in 1992. Simple economics. Go back to school, learn some math. P.S. I pay more than $100 for so many games, because I buy Ultimate Editions of so many games. I'm always paying like $110, $120 for my games. It is pretty rare for me to just spend $60 to $80 on a game. Like, but that's because I'm not an average person, gamer, only playing 1 or 2 games here and there. Like, this is my day job, so I spend a lot of money on my job. Costs money to do these things. You gotta spend money to make money. Did Skyrim change the industry? Nope. Skyrim didn't change anything. The only thing Skyrim did was show people what was possible for open world RPGs, and many other games went on to develop versions of open world RPGs, but Skyrim didn't change the industry. When you think about changing the industry, you got to think more along the lines of, and it's not just about did a game sell a bunch of copies. It's like, here's an example of a game that changed the industry. EverQuest 1. EverQuest 1 changed the industry. How did EverQuest 1 change the industry? Well, EverQuest 1 was one of the first ever games that used 3D graphics cards. It was also one of the first ever online games that brought down the entire San Diego internet network for the whole city when it went live, because so many people were online sucking up the bandwidth, and that sort of created this technological boost of, oh, this is a new genre of games. We're using 3D graphics cards to render what's on screen, and we're using internet connections to go beyond what was. So EverQuest 1, the first EverQuest game, that was a genre-changing game that changed the industry without a shadow of a doubt. Like JK was saying, the jump from 32-bit to 64-bit. There are a handful of games that have changed the industry, but when you're talking about change, you have to talk about something more than just sales, because sales numbers don't mean anything. World of Warcraft changed the industry because it showed people how a game could be created in an online space and evolve into this massive franchise, and it showed people that you could have a game that also goes on to have a convention around it, which started the rise of game companies doing conventions around their games. Also, EverQuest had the fanfare for a long time. Those are sort of things that changed the industry. Grand Theft Auto hasn't done anything that other companies haven't done. Grand Theft Online, man, sorry, there's already been a million other live service games that have done what Grand Theft Online does. It's not unique. Grand Theft Auto 5, great RPG without a shadow of a doubt. Did it change the industry? Nope, because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't break any rules. Is Grand Theft Auto 6 breaking any rules? Not that I've seen from any of the trailers. It's just going to be a really cool RPG. Multiple point of view characters. I've played so many games with multiple point of view characters. Like last year, I think we probably played 15, 20 games of multiple POV characters. Like, is that genre defining? Is that somehow changing the industry? Anybody who thinks the gaming industry is dying is stupid. Seriously. Every single year, the gaming industry grows by leaps and bounds of billions of dollars. We get hundreds and thousands of new game studios every single year. We get better graphics, better stories, better engineering, better graphics cards, better consoles, better everything. Games only expand. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. New to roleplay, joined my first D&D campaign, says Logan. What advice do you have? Immerse yourself in your character. Pretend like you are an actor on the stage or an actor in the screen, and just put yourself in the head of your character. Roleplay. Ah, good example. Doom. Doom is a good example of a game that changed the industry because it established the first-person shooter genre. That hadn't existed before Doom. Minecraft showed people that early access could work, and it established the Roblox, like that style of game, right? That's what we talk about when we think about games that change the industry. GTA 3 revolutionized 3D open worlds. There's a great list here that I'm looking at too. Super Mario 64 set the standard for 3D camera control and gameplay mechanics. Final Fantasy VII, popularizing RPGs in the West, showed that games could have cinematic, complex, and high-quality storytelling. Halo Combat Evolved proved that FPS games could succeed on consoles and not just PCs. That's a great list over here, by the way, on Google. Fortnite established the Battle Royale as a genre, showed that cross-platform play could be a thing and that live service cultural event models could be a thing. That's what we're talking about when we say games that change the industry. Is Grand Theft Auto 6 going to do any of those things? Maybe. I haven't seen anything from the trailers that suggests it's going to be anything other than just a really awesome Rockstar RPG with multiple characters that you're going to play from different points of view.
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Illumination.
But we'll see. Maybe they're going to introduce something that they haven't shown in the trailers
yet. Honor
yet.
The mantras of Ariel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment. Then behold Ariel's gift, my child. May it light your path as you seek tranquility within the inner sanctum.
Tranquility. All right, let's see here. You are breaking one of the number one rules of our chat, which is do not try to spam your commercial products. So no, I don't want your video editing. Nope. I am my own video editor. I don't need to pay someone else to do what I do. I'm also my own thumbnail person. I don't need to pay someone else when I can do all my own thumbnails. I also don't need a social media manager because I do all my own social media. I don't need a marketing manager because I do all my own marketing. Sim City for simulation games, or like The Sims, yeah. Whenever Squadron 42 actually releases, I will play the absolute snoggle out of that game. Until then, I'm happy to wait. I got lots of other great games to play until then. I already took a nap today. I had like a 45-minute nap earlier, and my coffee finally kicked in, so I'm good for a little bit. At some point, we will wrap up, though, because I need to go do some more video editing and get some more short content created. Tonight is a big old rerun episode, everybody. We have an 8.5-hour Renfail After Dark episode starting at 7 p.m. Central tonight. It'll be running until about 3:30 in the morning, so it's going to be a variety stream. Lots of games showed off in that session. We're starting to get to the point where we're very slowly working our way up to nightly episodes in the rerun series. We're still doing only about 3 times a week right now, but I'm starting to accumulate enough footage that we're going to be starting to do weeklies, so stay tuned for that. Or nightlies, I should say.
This is incredible.
Nightlies.
It's like a whole other world. Come on, the boat has to be in this. Who's there?
Oh, Jesus!
Done and done.
Any advice for an aspiring game dev? Don't work for free. Don't work for free, True Gency. Find a get like a low paying. It's gonna be a low paying shit job But you need to start your way on the ground floor with an independent studio somewhere, get some experience underneath your belt, work your way up the food chain. If you take an internship, that's fine, but it needs to be a paid internship. Don't ever work for free. There's nothing wrong with being the low man on the totem pole. Everybody starts off there. But the only way you're ever going to get experience is by going out there and working for someone. So let's go. There's one that is northeast of us. North. That doesn't look right. Huh. Let's just go to one of these and see what it is. The game industry is an extremely saturated place. You will not get a job at a AAA company for your first job. You need to start indie, so you gotta go scour the world. Look at job sites, find any companies that are hiring, and just fill out. You might have to fill out 1,000 applications until you find your first gig. But if that's what it takes, in the meantime, build games for fun. Participate in God, what the hell are they called? Those like open dev things where you submit like demos and stuff. I forget what they're called, but you like, participate and you build a game over the course of 2 weeks. I'm really blanking on what they're called though. Moonstone? Gold ore. I'm gonna give you some real advice right now, True Jinsey. And it's gonna sound like I'm being an asshole, but trust me, this is the truest. It's easy. Everyone could do it. Which is why I've had so many people ask me, aren't you afraid when you talk about these things on stream, like story ideas and stuff, aren't you afraid of someone stealing that and blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, no, because the art of turning an idea into something is hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, perseverance, dedication, showing up day in and day out, working for potentially no money for 3, 4, 5 years until the product is finished. That is a 1%er game. There is 1% of people who do that who make it, if that. Ideas aren't worth anything. Implementation is everything. So just because you have good ideas, it doesn't mean squat. It's taking those ideas and turning it into something. The other reality is that you're in a saturated market where we're in the golden age of game development, where anybody can pick up Unreal 5 and use blueprinting and make a game. By themselves. You have solo devs out the wazoo who have proven that it's possible. So you are competing against all these other people who are making games on their own using powerful tools.
And fill your vessel with his enlightenment.
Competition is fierce. How are you going to cut through that noise?
Ariel,
Do you have the
yes,
dedication to
child,
cut through that noise?
For you are a step closer to the inner sanctum and everlasting wisdom.
The only thing you could do is put one foot in front of the other and just grind it out. Game jams. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Have I played World of Warcraft or World of Warcraft Classic or World of Warcraft's hardcore mode? I have done all of those. There are playlists on YouTube. I don't care to play anymore right now. I'm busy doing other things. Fill my vessel with his enlightenment, sir. I hardly know him. The blunt way that I used to say it at my conferences when I was in the public speaking circuit was that any monkey can take a ball of shit and throw it at the wall. That's the equivalent of an idea. Any monkey can throw things at the wall. Look, it's an idea. But it takes someone with dedication and artistry to take that wad of shit on the wall and mold it into something that can then be sold for profit. Like, ideas are nothing, which is also why anytime you go look at like a game studio who's hiring, they are almost never hiring for an idea guy. They're never hiring writers. Why are they not hiring for writers in most cases? Most game studios are never hiring for writers. Why? Because the ideas have already been created by the founders of the company. So they've already established what the game is going to be, or the games they are working on are going to be. They don't need an idea person. They need programmers, graphics engineers, VFX artists. They need, and there is a room for writers in that room, but the writers are not the people coming up with the ideas. The writers are the people who are doing what they are told, following a guideline, following a show Bible that has already been written by the creators of that game. So
You've arrived
it's,
at the way shrine
you know,
of
getting a job as a
resolution.
game writer is extreme. It's
Are you
probably the
prepared to
hardest
honor
job
the
to get
mantras
in the
of
game
Ariel
industry, is getting a
and
job as a
fill
writer
your
for a
vessel
video
with
game.
his enlightenment?
Because the ideas have already been done. The in-house team has already been assembled to work on things like, you know, quest lines and everything else.
Then go forth.
It's very rare for a company
May
to
the
hire like
enrichment
a
of
narrative
Ariel strengthen
person.
your resolve as you undertake your journey to the inner sanctum.
I can tell you what I did. I just founded my own game studio and went forth and did it. I don't recommend that. I've founded 2 game studios that way. Both times with my brother. But it's a pain in the ass and it's a lot of work. And I don't recommend that new people do that. Game Dev
Let's get indoors.
101.
Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
241. The easiest solution is to go out and submit 1,000 job applications, land a few jobs,
Glow shield you from your enemy.
get some experience, work your way up the food chain, keep applying to jobs while you're working. Don't work for free. Don't do unpaid internships. What's up, Allie? Most important thing is, like, these days with Unity Engine, Unreal Engine, all these game engines are accessible to everybody. So anybody with the time and the willingness to get on YouTube and learn how to do something can build a game. Now, is your game going to sell and make a bunch of copies? Probably not. The chances of that are extremely slim. But if you have a means of supporting yourself and making a living, then you go forth and you do the thing that makes you a living, and then you either work for someone else on their game or you build your own. And when you finish building your first game, you can use that as resume fodder to then take to a game studio and be like, hey, I did this. I'd love to work with you on your project. And you use that as a resume. It's not a guarantee, but it's better than just sitting around doing nothing. Do, 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 do. That's how I learned how to do it the first time. When my brother and I founded our first game studio, I had no experience in that space. I had experience in other spaces. But my brother had about a year working in the Unity engine. And so I went and picked up Unity, and I joined a website called Udemy, I think. And I paid for like a $60 course on how to do Unity. And then I went and watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and then I started building zones. And then I had to learn how to do VFX because I needed to get VFX tied in for character models and stuff. So then I went and paid for a Udemy course and also watched YouTube tutorials, and I learned how to do VFX in Unity. And it just grew from there. Like, You just learn, YouTube, online courses. Then when we switch to the Unreal Engine, Unreal has its own university where they have all these tutorials already built in and baked. So it's like, you want to learn how to use blueprints? Here's a whole tutorial series on how to use blueprints. Want to learn graphics engineering? Here's a whole series on shaders and lighting and VFX and everything else. Like, it's just... Unreal is way better as an engine, especially for solo, and it's way more user-friendly for the new user experience. And blueprints are way more powerful than anything I've seen in Unity Engine. Best thing you can do for yourself is to find a job that pays good, even if you hate it. Because you can use that hate to fuel what it is that you love, and you can use the money that you make from the job you hate to build the dream that you want to have, and then when you finally get to work full-time on the dream job, you'll appreciate it even more because you had to do something really hard and unpleasant to get there, and you'll appreciate it all the more. Man, I wish I could harvest whatever those are. Am I running any mods? Just Anniversary Edition stuff. And then the wearable lanterns. Yep, I have played Oblivion. Playlist is up on YouTube. I have played Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon. Full playthrough last year. And a partial playthrough that we were working on recently on a key from the devs working on the DLC. But that playthrough is on hold presently because I'm busy with other stuff right now. And to be honest with you, the traffic kind of died off and we weren't really getting any people watching the Tainted Grail streams, so we might go back and play a couple more sessions, but I'm on a pretty strict grind this year of not streaming when the traffic dips below a certain number.
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Sight. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Ariel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment?
Oh, fill me up, sir.
Behold Ariel's gift, my child. May it speed your journey to the inner sanctum.
I mean, that kind of stuff happens, Jules. Like, a good example of that is when I was younger. I've talked about this briefly in other places, but when I was younger, like 17 years old, you know, even younger than that, like 16, I think I was about 16, 15, 16, I wanted to go to college. I wanted to go to the University of Aberdeen in Scotland and get my degree in Celtic archaeology and Celtic history and learn Gaelic and become an archaeologist, specifically in the niche of Celtic archaeology. That's what I wanted to do when I was like 15, 16. I got kicked out of my house when I was 16. My parents kicked me out and didn't get to go to college. Couldn't finish high school. High school dropout. Never went to college. And so the dream of becoming an archaeologist became something that was unobtainable because it just wasn't feasible for me to go to a college across the ocean if I wasn't going to get... I couldn't finish high school because I had to go get a job to pay the rent so that I could live and not be on the streets. And it was an impossibility to work a full-time job and still try to finish high school. So that became an unattainable thing. But I then ended up working for my family in the family industry, and I hated every minute of it because my dad and I do not get along, and I don't get along with any of those people, and I went and worked construction for the family because the internet didn't exist back then. But I hated every minute of that, but it paid well, and I saved my money. And what I would do is every year when there was a break, I would go travel. And I would go visit Europe, and I would go to these places, and I would go to England and I would go visit Stonehenge, and I would go visit these, I went to visit the Eagle and the Child, and I went and see Tolkien's gravestone, and I went and traveled and did all these things. And then as I got older and I got into the travel industry as a writer and a photographer, I started to be able to go to these places and get invited by the tourism boards to go do these really cool adventures that were almost like what I wanted to do when I was younger as an archaeologist. I wasn't actually doing archaeology, but I was still visiting the places, going to the museums, going to the dig sites, going out on location with the tourism boards to go do photography and videography around these really cool places. And so I was still able to find a way to pursue an aspect of that dream, even if it wasn't the same dream that I had when I was 15, if that makes sense. As an example. So I mean, you know, when one door closes, another door opens. There's always that. That is definitely a real thing. At least I have found it to be so. I guess I have to go
May Ariel's glow
over here to this other one. Have I played survival mode? Nope. Don't have any desire to play survival mode either. And no, I don't have any desire to do conversion mods either. As a blood-starved vampire, are you hated and feared? That's not good. I'm out here in the snow and ice trying to survive, and apparently there's no blood around, so... Man, I feel like... I don't know where I'm supposed to go for this. I remember last time just clicking on doors. Stupid storms are making it to where I can't see anything. Oh man, that can't be right. I've also learned as I've gotten older, like, life has a funny way of telling you, you want to do what, bitch? Nah, I don't think so. Here's a couple of curveballs, deal with it, and you just have to figure it out. Like, the only thing a plan can do is help you to stay focused, but not everything is going to work out the way you want it to. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with failing because it prepares you for the next thing, which leads to success. And in that sense, if you can learn to appreciate failure for what it is, a lesson on what not to do wrong the next time, I think that that tends to that has worked well for me. I think I just fell. Damn, this storm is something else. If at first you don't succeed, skydiving isn't for you. Oh no! Oh, she's a bit. Where is Serana? Girlfriend? I feel like we are well and truly lost in this snowstorm. I also don't feel like we're getting any closer to whatever it is that we're supposed to be finding. Oh, guess maybe we are. Sort of. Ah, finally! Some good news. Glacial crevice. I didn't know your mom was in this game. I don't need a podcast. I have 11,000 videos on my YouTube channel. Just go watch the YouTube videos. No, I don't have any shouts because this is a different character, and I haven't done any of the Greybeard quests, so I don't have any shout powers at the moment. Also on the handicap note, like, I know that everybody, you know, there's always going to be hurdles in life, but there's a guy who I've seen on TikTok a few times, and also on Instagram. I've seen his videos all over the place for the last, like, 10 years. He is a blind woodworker. So he does woodworking by hand. And some might think that being blind would keep you from being able to do any sort of woodworking, because you can't see, but he uses his hands and his sense of touch, and he makes, you know, he's not going to make the same level of woodworking that someone with their sight could make, but he makes a living as a woodworker through his social media, and his wife, partner, helps manage all that for him. And I think that that's just a powerful example of how, even if you have a physical limitation in place, there are still many ways around those physical limitations. Is it harder if you're by yourself? Sure, but is it, you know, are there ways around things? I would argue that, you know, I even see people who are paraplegics who have social media accounts and make full-time livings as content creators, and good for them, because, you know, I'm not trying to be rude when I say this, but, you know, a paraplegic is never going to be a bricklayer, right? You're never going to be a carpenter, because your physical impediment is going to keep you from doing that. But you can still find lots of different things to do as long as you are creative about it and don't let that physical limitation get you down. If that makes sense. The worst thing you can do is let a limitation put you into the mindset of, I can't accomplish anything because of this, that, or the other. That's the worst thing. You gotta, yeah, that's a mental block that I think people have to face on their own. But I love touching wood too. It's the first thing I do every morning. But tis. Haha. It reminds me of the Robot Chicken sketch. Morning wood. That's right. Focus on what you can do and what you, then rather than what you can't do. That's right, JK. Somehow we're supposed to get up and over there. Everybody's got a struggle, and I think that's one of the reasons. You know, I have a. Everybody's got struggles. That's the thing. That's the easiest way to say it without getting into complications. Everybody's got a cross to bear. How you choose to react to those situations is what defines you from others. That is not the way to go. Yeah, there's people who paint with their feet, paint with their mouth. There's guys who play Call of Duty completely paralyzed from the neck down, and they'll use like a mouth sensor. And they'll play Call of Duty. Like, the mind is the limit in many cases. Not all cases, but many cases. Oh, it just went through a trap! I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I've watched sea gleams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate. We've all seen things at some point. What doesn't kill you can still hurt a lot. I want a new Blade Runner game, Allie. Give me a good new... I want a brand new, modern Blade Runner game, please. Give me a first-person or third-person action shooter Blade Runner game. You know, like Cyberpunk 2077 style, but in Blade Runner. Oh, man. Twould be fun. Hunt down replicants. To the Forgotten Vale. Thrashman9393 says, I've seen a bunch of your clips and really enjoyed them. Figured I'd give you a follow and catch you live when I can. Welcome aboard. That was an older message. I may have taken a while. Is the ESO playthrough on hiatus? It is. I might do one more. But the last couple of streams, there weren't enough people watching for me to justify continuing it. I'm getting way more traffic playing other things. So as much as I would love to continue playing it, because personally I was having a great time, I do have a business to manage, and I have specific growth goals for 2026. So if I'm not getting the numbers, it's all well and good if I'm having fun, but if the audience isn't tuning in, it's not really worth my time. We might try one or two more sessions and see if people want to keep following along, but yeah. Am I on Twitch as well? I am always live on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok at the same time. We're always live in 4 places. Everything in between happens on YouTube. Have I ever played Dragon's Dogma? Yep. Yep. Playlists are on YouTube. Thanks, Kenfolk. Appreciate it. Can you imagine how cold that water is? I bet. Dual Destruction is great. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. Dual Fire hits pretty hard, and when you can do the stagger stuff, I think that adds a lot. Did ESO do the major changes announced? They're working on them, I think.
This must be that beautiful.
That's a reason, as an example, guys. For example, I play Destiny 2 on Sunday mornings. I don't get a lot of traffic when I play Destiny 2. I'm okay with that, but I play that on Sunday mornings because Sunday is a me day. I do games for growth and I focus on the new releases Monday through Saturday. We stream in the mornings for 3 to 4 hours, and we stream in the evenings, in the afternoons for 3 to 4 hours. We're in the afternoon session right now, coming up on the 3-hour mark. So we played Dune Awakening this morning. That's the new game. Doing a little bit of Skyrim today because it gets good traffic, and I'm still seeing things that I haven't seen before. Although I am doing a little bit of replicating here with this. But I save the things that don't get a lot of traffic for things like Sundays, because that's a day where I can just play what I want to play, and it doesn't matter so much if I want to dip into other things that don't get a lot of traffic that I still get great enjoyment out of. So if I do any more ESO, it'll be on like a Sunday. Well, I also prepaid for everything up through Renegades, Alley, so I spent like $150 on Destiny 2 last year, so I want to get my money's worth. And I do enjoy Destiny 2 a lot. I like the story. I love the cutscenes. The gameplay can get a little bit repetitive from time to time, but so can every game. Like, I don't like the combat in this game. I love the storylines and the voice acting, but the combat is boring as shit in this game. For me, personally. Serana's hot. I'll get down with a vamp. I may or may not have had a couple of vampy girlfriends when I was younger.
I don't like the look of this. Who's there?
I had my goth stage when I was 19, I think. Had my hair dyed black. My god, there's traps everywhere, and she just ran right into it. What is that? Nothing. I'm stuck in the environment. Hang on, here we go. Where the hell are we going? somewhere over there. Oh, I just fucking fall down.
Show yourself.
I think this is not the right way because this looks like it's the way I came from. What game has my favorite combat? I don't know that I have a favorite combat, but I really enjoy. Just depends on what I'm playing. Just I have some things I like. Like I really love Cyberpunk 2077's gunplay. Like I like the combination of abilities and guns. Like being a cyber runner in Cyberpunk 2077 feels so satisfying. I love the gunplay in. I like the gunplay in Destiny 2. It's just the repeatable mechanics, you know, the things that can sometimes feel a little like. But that's the same. Like God of War has great action combat with the axe and everything. Most true recent, like God of War and God of War Ragnarok. Phenomenal combat in those games. Also gets really boring after about 20 hours of doing it because it's, you know, even as it's really cool, it still gets tired. So I mean, I like lots of different things. There's no like one thing that I think is the best. Do I think that the MMO industry is dead? No, I think JK, I think somebody just said this. I gotta scroll up. Was JK the one that said it? Ali says they're just sensationalizing things for clicks. Correct. Somebody said it. I don't know where it went, but somebody just said the good example is like Baldur's Gate 3 sort of revitalized the CRPG industry and showed people that there is still a deep love for CRPGs. I think that there are many good examples of MMOs that are quite successful. Just because one, and keep in mind, right, where the winds meet, perfect example of a recent MMO that was wildly successful. Keep in mind that Ashes of Creation was not a launched MMORPG. Early access doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean shit. 1.0 release and beyond is what matters.
Let's get indoors.
And there are dozens of examples of MMOs that are in 1.0 or beyond with multiple expansions that are doing just fine. So yeah, you cannot judge an industry off the failure of an early access title. That is a silly place to be, and just not realistic. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm gonna have to heal. Ow! These guys have a lot more hit points. Oh no, are you fracking kidding me? Oh, I fracking fell, man. How the hell? Is there something behind me? Oh my god. Piss off! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die! No, no! Potion. Potion. Oh, and there's another one. Go away! Try to figure out a way back up, man. Leave me alone. Churro fledgling.
Disgusting creatures.
Is my lantern not turned on? It is now. Okay. How is that how we get out of here? Is around the corner? Ah! Okay, let's try to do that again. I missed a turn off. Where was it? I really hate this area with a passion. I think this is where we were heading, and then I fell off here. So this is like a dead end. This goes nowhere. Oh, 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 oh. No, that's just gonna fall down. I'm confused. Am I supposed to drop down there? Almost looks like there's a bridge over there I gotta find. Unrealistic player expectations are absolutely a part of it, Allie. Dune rocks. Yep. Yeah, Path of Exile 2 is a sort of like an MMO. Piss off, you stupid antivirus program. I don't want you right now. I gotta figure this place out. It's dark as hell down here. I feel like I'm completely turned around and lost. Hang on. Hang on. No, this is where we came from. Maybe I do have to drop down that creepy ass chute. I don't know, man. I don't see anything back in here. There's nothing here. Oh, hang on. Stand aside, girlfriend. Ah, you're a vampire. You'll handle it. You'll be fine.
You found the Way Shrine of Radiance, Initiate. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Ariel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment?
Oh, I'm gonna fill my vessel so full.
May the blessings of Ariel protect you as you climb the road to the inner sanctum and final enlightenment. May Ariel's radiance fill your heart with joy.
Nice. I've never seen a building like that
I'll be right
before.
back.
It looks like some kind of temple. It almost doesn't even look real, you know?
Alright. Don't text and drive, Gray. Alright, I need to wrap this up, guys. I gotta hurry up and kill a vampire here. I gotta go help with some chores. No, I don't want to play the game, Adel. I have a homestead, and I have our grandniece here, and I gotta help my wife with stuff, so I have to duck out quite frequently and take breaks, and if you can't handle that, I don't want you here, so feel free to mosey on to someone. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna give you the effort. I'm just gonna block your bitch ass. See ya. I need to wait a little bit because I don't have any powers. Also, I'm like a terrified vampire now because I haven't had any, Yeah, Chris is doing homework. She's trying to get a bunch of stuff ready for my grandniece for school tomorrow, so she's like doing cutouts of like turkeys and stuff. And then the ducks are running around wanting water and stuff.
It's using the older signs of his power. This temple must be ancient. The bow has to be in here.
Matter of fact, this is probably a good place for me to quit because I think there's like some puzzle stuff ahead if I remember correctly. And then there's a big bad boss fight. There's quite a bit of stuff left ahead of us, I think. We'll see. I can't remember if we could just go straight in and then take the dude out. If I could just go in here and take him out really quick, then I think we can do that and then I'll wrap up. But I do need to go help out with chores because I got ducks running around needing water. Specifically one of the ducks who's brooding. She's like running around looking for water and there's nothing in the containers. Yeah, don't get between a man and his chores. You're damn right, 1312. I try, Tret. It's like my family and my animals come first. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna save this for tomorrow or next session because there's this whole room we got to go through and clear all these out. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. All right, I'm done, guys. I'll be back tomorrow morning for Dune Awakening at our normal start time at around 5 a.m. And tomorrow afternoon we're probably gonna play some more Star Wars Outlaws because I've been having more fun with that than I thought, and the audience has been pretty good. So if you want to watch more Star Wars Outlaws, you can. And in about an hour and 15 minutes, the next episode of Renfail After Dark goes live on YouTube. It is a variety stream tonight. They are reruns. There's I think 4 or 5 different games. It's about an 8.5 hour rerun session tonight that's scheduled to go out as a premiere over on YouTube, so you can check that out. And as always, we are always live on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok. Everything in between the streams happens over on YouTube. Don't forget the merch store, the Amazon store for all the books, the Discord, the Patreon, the Homestead channel. And I just remembered that I still haven't uploaded that video. I'm going to do that right now before I forget. Because I've got the rooftop video to upload to the Homestead channel. As I am sitting here. Before I log out, because I will forget if I don't. If I don't do it now while I'm live, I will forget. So, upload this video to the YouTube channel, and I will publish that here in a little bit. Alright, it is uploading. Proof is in the pudding. For those of you over on that video, there, we're uploading. That'll go live on the Homestead channel here in the next bit. See you guys tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.